Hi, gang. Nikki here. Hope you're well. The question I have to ask you is, can you change your life in 15 minutes? One of the things I'm fascinated by is how we use time. Now, I've observed that many of us creatives are not getting where we want to be because we're reactive with time rather than proactive with it. So, why does that happen? Well, because even evolutionary scientists say that there's a part of our brain which is wired for emergencies. So, for example, because we have so many distractions these days by Facebook, email, Twitter, we are constantly attentive to our distractions, and it means that we're not spending time on our most important work. That can become a real problem. We're reacting, not focusing on our work. So being reactive with time rather than proactive. The bigger issue I see for creatives is that we tend to do this with our careers as well. So instead of focusing on being proactive about what we want with our careers, we're reactive in that we take what we're given. Okay? And I know this because I did it. I did it, let me tell you my story. When I first became a trainer, a long, long time ago now, I think it was 13 or 14 years ago, I was drawn to training because I wanted to teach creativity and communication skills, two topics that I was really, really drawn to and inspired by. And like most freelancers, I was a bit insecure because I needed the money to pay my bills. And so I basically said yes to any work that came my way. And the work that came my way wasn't creativity or communication skills, it was customer service skills, teaching that in big businesses. I taught leadership too, but that was the main thing I ended up teaching for a long time. And it was quite interesting, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't really what my heart wanted. It was paying the bills. And the problem I find is when you say yes all the time to work that's not necessarily what you want, you end up feeling less confident in yourself. You get more of that work because you get a reputation for it, and it becomes a vicious circle. So you're reacting to what other people want you to do rather than being proactive in what you want to do, because that takes longer. It's harder. So I see this many times. So another metaphor would be if you think about a chef running a restaurant. If a chef didn't decide what the theme of the restaurant was and what food he was providing, and he was reacting to what everybody wanted in the restaurant. So one person might want spaghetti bolognese, one person might want a chicken korma, one person might want, I don't know, English breakfasts. They would be eventually run ragged because they'd be trying to please a lot of different people with a lot of different tastes instead of thinking what they wanted and owning what their passion was about and creating a restaurant with a food menu that really focused on their passions. And this is what I see many, many freelancers do. They become exhausted trying to please everybody. And so what do? I think, first of all, it's really important to take some time out. If you find yourself getting into this trap of just saying yes to work to pay the bills, you need to take some time out and you need to prioritise what you want. So I would suggest you just take some space for yourself and reconnect with what do you really want to do? What does your heart desire? If money was no object and you just did what you loved, what would that be? And just listen to the little voice inside you which knows deep down. And then ask yourself, what would be one action you could take to get there? Because sometimes that little voice says something big and scary. It might say, oh, to have an album or to be a director of Hollywood films, whatever. It might be massive, and the first reaction might be, oh, well, I can't do that, can I? I'm working on commercial projects at the moment. So the thing to do is just think, what one action could you take? Even at a small action, which would help you be proactive and not reactive. The next question is, what could you do every single day? What one habit could you commit to that might get you there eventually? So it could be that you write for 15 minutes a day on that play you've always wanted to do. If you want to be an artist, it might be that you commit to painting just 15 minutes a day. So doing something every single day is about you being proactive and not reactive. And finally, if you really are serious and you recognize that you are not moving your ship in the right direction at the moment, I've created a course called Life Hack for Creative Mavericks, which is all about this. It's all about creating a life and directing it in towards what you really, really want in life, rather than being reactive. If you'd like to take part in that, I'll put a link underneath this video. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.